What's up, gang? It's your boy Rod Will, giving you that real you can feel, because real shit is what I done seen and what I done lived. And this video is going to be about how to destroy all of your enemies and your competition. So if this is some shit that you've been really dealing with, you're going to really want to keep going with me on this journey as I go through all this dialogue, because it's going to really help you along your journey and help you to finally release all of the enemies and all of the people who want to compete with you, okay? Because I know this shit gets annoying, and if you know that this shit annoying, go ahead and hit this like button, fam, because I'm about to get into this shit, all right? So how do you eliminate all of your enemies? How do you destroy all of your enemies? How do you get rid of your competition? How do you destroy your competition? All this shit. What I want you to understand, and it's something that I personally created, because a lot of motherfuckers be want to steal, bro. This coming from Rod Will, okay? But you gonna eliminate all of this shit first by understanding that you should never have a fucking enemy. You should never have any fucking competition. Your only competition is yourself. Your only competition, your only enemy should be you yesterday. I made previous videos talking about this shit. Your biggest enemy should be what you did yesterday. If not yesterday, 6 hours ago. If not 6 hours ago, 12 hours ago. But you have to be constantly working on yourself. And that's why I'm always pushing y'all and talking to y'all about developing yourselves, because it's too much of people out here doing anything to win, not knowing that you can have all these, bruh. Let me tell y'all, it's people, they get wins, they have these moments, they receive shit, all these different things, but that doesn't mean that they're happy. That doesn't mean that they're content on the inside. That doesn't mean that they have joy and peace within their mind and within the moves that they make within their life. And that's why I want you to understand it's very fucking important to not have no enemies. You need to punch your own self in the balls. That's what you need to do, because it's nobody out here to get you. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the problems that we've encountered in our past is only coming because of the lack of knowledge we had of ourselves. This is a self journey. That's what I'm telling you niggas, man. So it's not about none of the people who you think are your enemies. The only reason you think these people are your enemies is because you allowed them to put themselves in a space to where they got too close to you and they did some shit that hurt you a little bit. It's okay. Life goes on. You know what I'm saying? But I think that at the brink of this shit, you just got to understand that nobody should be your competition. That's a miserable life to live, gang. Go ahead and hit that like if you tuning in so far and you enjoy this shit, but that's a miserable life to live. Thinking you got enemies. Most people that you think are your enemies are not. They just haters. They mad because they probably, used to be around you or you live with them, whatever the case may be. You know, because you going through this shit. Y'all be telling me. But what the real concern needs to be within yourself is, why am I looking at these people as enemies and competition? And if you're the type of person that you have people that you look at as enemy and competition, you need to look at yourself like that. Like, why am I competing with people? Why am I out here feeling like I gotta be like somebody else, or I need to take from other people and implement it into what I'm doing? You don't have to do that. Just be yourself. You need to learn how to be you, because once you see, you could be out, man. That's what I'm telling y'all. I believe half of the shit I see and none of the shit I hear. Like, and flip that around a few times with the words if you want to have fun. But out here in this world, man, and I tell you all the time, it's been rare that I found people that's as serious as me. That really, and I'm talking about when I didn't have shit, when I didn't have a roof over my head, I barely had 2 pairs of shoes, I barely had good clothes to put on my back. And it wasn't about no entrepreneurship and business and none of this shit. I was working jobs and I had the low-level jobs. And even in these situations, I had to realize it was motherfuckers who, they was mad at me. It had nothing to do with them being enemies or competing with me. It was just hate. And it's not hate towards you. What did I just say at the beginning of the fucking video? Haters. Haters. It's about them. Hate. It's a self thing. This is a self journey. Gang, subscribe if you on this spiritual journey and you really tap into what I'm telling you, man, because I'm dropping shit like this all the time. You getting it premium. The dope is raw here. I don't go cutting off nobody else shit. But with that being said, and I can move forward, we have to understand, and you more so watching this video, I need you to understand this, fam, that you do not have competition. Anybody who's trying to be like you, take from you, emulate things of your life, recreate your essence, duplicate the things that only you can do, you need to understand that's not competition. That's somebody trying to figure things out. Okay, that's somebody trying to understand how to achieve success. And that's coming from me, a professional, a high-level master. Y'all just seeing me. But I've been doing what I do. I don't need to be on social media just to be able to impact and change people's lives and help make people progress. I've been doing this shit in the trenches. And that's why I'm qualified to tell you this shit. You don't got no ops, fam. You don't have any. The only op you have and the only op you should have is you. And if you're not working on you, that's probably why you got ops. That's probably why you feel like you got enemies and all this shit and people compete. I don't go out here and look at nobody else shit in any regard and try to see what I can take and do in my own shit. And I mean that sincerely. And I'm telling you that so that you can use this as a tool and as a message, as some encouragement, as guidance, as a comfort fucking nation to do the same. Keep your blinders on, man. Keep your blinders on, man. Stop looking side to side at what everybody else is doing. That I went years, I didn't have no support. No support, gang. It was people I knew that wouldn't support me. So what I'm telling you to say, I never looked at this shit as people are my enemies or competition or none of that shit. I never held a hatred in my heart for nobody. I just moved forward in love because that's what this shit really is about. You got to tap into your mind and you got to tap more into your heart space. But it's more so in your mind. It starts here. You think too much about what people doing. I've been there. And trust me, I've been through a lot. I've been through more than the average person and even the person who had like maybe intermediate issues. This is coming from somebody I've dealt with like decades of warfare and shit like that. And it was all because I didn't know. I didn't know who the fuck I was, and I didn't understand who the fuck or what the fuck, I'd rather say what the fuck I was looking at and letting project onto me. And what I was projecting within myself, because a lot of the situations we attract, gang, a lot of the people we attract there, and the only people when y'all watching these videos, the people that you probably considering as competition and enemy is family members and friends and co-workers and all this shit. When I'm telling y'all, niggas, it's not that. None of these people is y'all enemies and competition. If you watching me and you do YouTube or you trying to aspire to be some nigga, I'm not your competition. And that's why I be trying to tell y'all, that's like a lower level of thinking about shit. We all a collective, you know what I'm saying, working together. It should be no competition because it is none. It's a big ass pool, a big ass pond for everybody to be able to eat if you fit for it. Just because you got a pond doesn't mean, in a pond, and I want to make a great analogy. This shit is patent. I'm telling you, all my shit is copyrighted. So niggas be trying to say my messages and all that. I'm telling you, please don't do that to yourself, fam. Just because you think I'm on YouTube, like, just save yourself the time. But listen, gang. In a pond, you have a whole bunch of fish. You got big fish, little fish, shark, and maybe not, let me even say a pond, but it could be any larger body of water where a bunch of sea creatures live, right? But you got the shark, you got the whales, and you got the little baby fish, right? The little tunas and all that shit, right? Just because the small fish and the tuna is in the pond doesn't mean that they're supposed to, they have their own set of abundance that they reap, They're able to, and hit that like button if you still watching this far and hadn't hit that like button. It really let YouTube know and let other people know that this shit is interesting. But the little fish in the pond serve a purpose. They may fucking die. They may literally just get ate, you know what I'm saying, in a short matter of time by the fucking shark. You know what I'm saying? By the person that's been putting in the work, that understands their area, that's diligent, that's a fucking psycho, that really hones in on their crafts. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm telling you that to tell you this. You can't just focus on the pond and everything like that on the shallow surface. You got to realize where you get in at. because you can be the shark or the whale. You could be the motherfucker that's eating out of the pond forever abundantly, or you can be the little fish that you eat a little bit because you can only consume a little bit, and then over time you just get ate because you haven't built the skin and you haven't built the fortitude to be able to move forward, and what makes the shark and the whale to be able to live as long and be able to reign as long and all this stuff. You dig? So like I said, gang, you don't have no competition. Your greatest competition is gonna be yourself. Who are you? Who are you, fam? That's the question that you gotta ask yourself. A lot of this shit I say is patented. So don't think just because I know it'd be a lot of people that they got big names and shit. Don't think just because you got more numbers than me that my shit ain't booked now. I'm gonna say that and I'm gonna digress on that. But with that being said, who are you? You gotta ask yourself that question. Who are you? Because me, I'm somebody that went through this shit by myself. I'm not trying to be like nobody. I ain't gotta take from nobody. And if I do take from anybody, if I take some shit, if I'm inspired by people, for one, I pay homage. And for two, I make it my own based on my own experiences. And it's real good, it's real great fortitude in that. There's righteousness in that. There's successes just in that. Paying homage, and if you are inspired by people, just do the right thing. And this is for the people who you want to compete with people, or you try to create enemies for no fucking reason but only to destroy yourself. So I'm gonna digress in this video, gang. Give me a like, consider subscribing if you like this type of content. Go watch all my other stuff that I make. Do your homework on me, see what I'm really coming with, and see if what I'm giving you is something that you would even want to subscribe to, because I don't want nobody to subscribe to me that don't love what I'm giving and that doesn't see the value in it. It's a waste of both our time. So with that being said, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and I'll see y'all in the next video. All right, later.